don't know if you saw that, Rolando, but when we were streaming on Pump Fun a second ago, I was demonstrating my Seeker and the fucking battery died in the middle of it. I didn't even notice it was dead. So I have it charging next to me. So maybe in a little bit we'll demonstrate the Seeker. But yeah, we're just getting started. Just went live on X and YouTube. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday night. We're also live over on Pump Fun. If you check out TreeRoot.City, check out Root Token. Yeah, there we are over on X right now. So hopefully everything's sounding good. I know I sound sick, but yeah, we're working on getting better. Hopefully I'm not coughing in your ear all night. But yeah, so let me update a couple things here now that we're live. Gonna send out the links as usual. Hit up the YouTubes. Hopefully I'm not coughing in your ear all night. Yeah, I am. Awesome. Live on YouTube, X, and Pump Fun. Awesome. All right, just getting links out, seeing what's happening. Oh shit, we got stream inception over here. I've been in the medical field for years. Rest and stay hydrated. Oh yeah, I got some Gatorade. I got plenty of nasal spray. You know, I'm taking the Tylenol, trying to keep the fever down. I'm a pro when it comes to being sick. Cool. All right. So what's new? I've really just been chilling. I mean, markets have been pumping. I've just been watching my bags go up. I haven't really been making any crazy moves. Looking at things, DCAing into Root and Zend, and you know, keeping the liquidity pools going. Yeah, just living the life, trying to get better. This is awesome to see. Shout out Crypto Bruh. I see Zend is over 46.8K. That's great. You know, strong community over there, making tons of memes. That's really good to see. So we're having a nice little, it looks like we found a bottom as well with the rest of the market. So let's go take a look at Dex Screener, see how, so last weekend on the stream, we made a bunch of, you know, TA and stuff. And since I haven't been around for the last week, it's going to be interesting to see how that TA lined up and what things are looking like here. So let me go ahead and get these coughs out and we'll get right into it. I got to fix the chat real quick. Every time I start a new session on Restream. What's up, Chuck? Welcome, welcome. Every time I start a new session on Restream, I gotta reload the chat widget, which is super annoying. So we got the chat. Oh god, I'm just fucking my window up. Oh no. So Xburn was doing his thing over on CBZen. That's awesome to see. That's kind of looking like it found a bottom way down here. But yeah, that buy and burn runs, that's awesome. Why can't I figure out? I'm just brain dead right now. I can't figure out where to update the link for the chat. Oh, here we go. Docs, custom browser docs. There we go. There we go. Now I can see it, Chuck. Yeah, we got Rolando over on Pump Fun. We got Chuck on YouTube. I feel like I'm in good hands. We got the doctor and we got the nurse. That's awesome. It's great. Shout out to you guys. The real ones. All right. So let's take a look. I want to look at our Zen Solana playlist, as I like to call it. So Root's been doing its thing. I said, hey, once we get back above that 200, it's off to the races. And that's exactly what's happening here. Let's zoom out to the 4 hour, and we can really see that. We're starting to hit that bottom. Look at that. I mean, that's that nice rounded that we keep drawing over and over again. So that's really awesome to see. These 4 hour candles, tons of green 4 hour candles, making a nice steady uptrend. Hopefully we can get back above that there. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Now we are pretty far away from the 200, so it's just natural. Once you get this high up, you can almost expect. Now hopefully the 200 will come up here, and then we'll use this trend line as our support. So Root's looking really strong. Light volume, very light volume. People are DCAing. We do have this one wallet. I'm pretty sure I know who it is because it's nothing but Degen and Root. And this motherfucker just... hold your bag, bruh. That's how we got down here. But yeah, it's good times. We're just grinding it out. I know I got some plans. We do have this treasury coming up. We do got the Root Guardians. I'm gonna I really want to start setting up the Discord and customizing that, and setting up the AI agent that we talked about. That'll also integrate with Twitter. So I haven't forgot about that stuff. I've really been working on it. In the background, because that kind of stuff I can't really code on stream, just because I have like my X API and Discord keys and stuff like that. So I don't really want to expose that. But yeah, we'll be setting that up soon. So plenty of things coming for Root. We did have the update last weekend. I just kind of cleaned up the website, made sure the links are good, removed the promo for the NFT minting. Now we have links to the actual secondary marketplaces, so you can come over to Magic Eden if you want a Root Guardian NFT. It's awesome to see those in the Twitter space. Like someone bought one just a day ago. So yeah, they're nice little NFTs. Found the floor right around 0.8 to 0.1, 0.08 to 0.1. So that's cool to see. We got almost 4 SOL of volume, on these little NFTs our community made, live on stream. So that's pretty awesome to see. Awesome to see people trading them and moving them around, and also staking them. I haven't claimed my stake in a couple days, over on Soul Suite. So we have our treasury popping off over there. The launch of my NFT mint was beautiful. So Root Guardians got their place, and then that's why we got to get the Discord set up. So once we get the Discord going, we'll be able to also stream over there, as well as have people up, and we'll be able to talk and have private rooms for the different holders. So if you're holding Root or anything else, the Root Guardians, we can have a Root Guardian chat and all this type of stuff. So really looking forward to that. That's going to be along the way. And we're just building. We do have the Discord room. It is available. So if you want to join it, you can. But I think it's just TreeCity what, or pull it up real quick. Let's see. This one over here. Other window go. Gosh, I'm so bad with Discord. So unfamiliar, but there is a TreeRoot.City Root Discord. Let me throw the link in the chat real quick. Cool. All right, so if I come over here, so I think if I use the restream, I can post on all of them. Here, we'll just do it that way. Rolando says, I love the Tree City West products. They done me so well. Shout out. Or they done me well, so shout out. Hell yeah, thank you, bro. We're all learning, man. I know you've learned a lot as well. We've been along this journey for a long time. The Zen world journey. It's crazy. I can't believe Root was 193K. I need Soul to drop to get more gas. Yeah, for sure. We'll be back there too. We'll be back at 300, 400K market cap. It's coming. We have the setup. It's not like we're going anywhere. We're not a meme coin that's just out here shitting. We just gotta, get some baggage out. We had some You know, it's crazy. I hear people outside. Give me 1 second. Cool. Might be too loud. It's after 10 here, so I'm like yelling right next to the window. I just got to get close to the mic. No. But so yeah, we're doing our thing for TreeRoot. We'll be back. Already started the uptrend, so let's go. Then Zen was in the same thing. I can't believe Zen came all the way back to 28K, and it's just taken off right now. And that's what a good community does. You can see it has this bullish divergence right here. Made that lower high. I mean that higher low. And then it was just off to the races. You know, you can even see that little here on the, this is the 5 minute. But you can see it kind of got above there and it stuttered and it just kept going. So this eventually will come back to the 200, but it's like this might just keep going, you know. So Zend is a good one. Definitely got a nice pairing with Root. And even KJP's mooning a little bit, and that's because Solana, everything's paired heavy with Solana. So when you have 10K of Solana in your liquidity pool and Solana goes up 10%, that means, you know, if it's even, then your entire pool goes up like 5%. That's crazy. So that it kind of drags the token it's paired with up, at least in the US dollar sense. When you look at the Solana sense, it's a little less. But yeah, it's fun. Trench Kitty, I haven't looked at this one, haven't thought about this one in a week. Guess I'm glad I sold where we did, but hopefully they come back. You know, they had the little utility, you know, kind of did its thing, and now they got to come with something else. And you know, they're cool too. They're not going anywhere. They're streaming every day and doing their thing on YouTube, but this is pretty bearish right here. And it's the same thing that every pump fund token goes through. When I say bearish, you know, it's going to drop probably another 50% from where it's at, and it's still going to have a higher market cap than Root. So shout out to Trench Kitty. And then like my idol and meme coinery, this is the best chart in crypto to me. Like this is the dream chart. When you start a meme coin, you hope it looks like the fire chicken chart. Like this is such a beautiful chart for real. So this one launched December 2024. So they're coming up on a year and about 3 months. And they had the same story. So they run up, you know, 200K just about. And they come all the way back down to 20K, you know, just like where Root was, just like where Zend was. And they just kept at it, and they kept their community tight, and they got the right people in there, getting real people in there. And once you got some real people in there, you know, having fun and making memes, then one day you hit that spot and it's just off to the races. And then you get that CoinGecko listing, maybe a coin market cap listing, and that's how you get back from a 20K all the way up to a 200K market cap. That's a quick 10x, you know. That's what the bull run's all about. So I love Fire Chicken. Shout out to those guys. That's a good one. And DGen, also seeing the same nice push up here, really held that floor. You know, I drew this yellow line and it's been staying above that ever since. So that's really nice. And you can see if you go all the way back to the launch, we kind of drew this, you know, off these wicks, and it's really testing that right now. So if it can get above that, that's a really bullish pattern for DGen. And they're sending right now. You know, they're shipping products. So they got some stuff going on the Solana testnet that you can test out right now with DGen. So these are actual projects launched on the X1 testnet. So you can launch tokens on the X1 testnet today. Why don't we demonstrate that real quick? Let's go ahead and connect our backpack wallet. So I don't know if I have any. I might have. And we have so much to talk about X1. X1 is starting to feel so real. So there's this X1 Ripper pool. This is the first liquid staking protocol, so LSD, liquid staking derivative. So if you need some test XNT, let me know. This is a Solana fork, so you need a Solana wallet. And really right now, the only wallet that works really well is Backpack. So we recommend using Backpack and connecting it to the testnet RPC. So this is not real Solana. This is testnet Solana, you know, that I run with my validators and stuff. and using the testnet pool and just getting it from Jack in the chats and stuff. You know, it's pretty cool. So I got 50 Solana. If you need some on the X1, we'll give it away. And then what you can do is you can come over to the X1 Ripper pool, and I can stake it with liquid staking. So by staking it, I start earning rewards, but then in return, I get a derivative and a Ripper XNT, so RXNT. So this RXNT means it's staked. So watch, I'll demonstrate here. I have 49. I'm going to send in 9. So I already have 4.9 RXNT. I'm going to stake 9. Now watch how fast this is. Boom, boom, done. It's like that. That's such a fast chain. Deposit successful. So now I have 13 RXNT, 40 XNT balance. I mean, that works so fast. We're earning 30% APY on our RXNT, and then I can take RXNT over to something like DGen. So this is not DGen. I meant Zendex, which is basically the same developer as DGen. So we can take it over to Zendex.xyz. I can connect my wallet, and then we can do the same thing. So I can stake my XDEX. I can pair and earn more RXNT. Lots of really cool stuff coming here. But they got the swap active. You can swap XNT. So I wonder if RXNT is an option over here. And they have wrapped XNT. That's interesting. They got XNM too. So you can, they actually have a place where you can claim your XNM and then stake and, you know, it's not really staking. It's more like liquidity farming. But you can stake it in the liquidity pool and then earn rewards. So there's a lot going on for X1 right now. But this one I have not tested yet. So this is the DGen FYI. So this is the Pump Fun, the token launcher that's going to be on X1. And the cool thing about this one is you can dual launch it. So you can not only launch a token on X1 when you launch it. Here, let's make sure. There we go. We're signing into dgen.fyi, and then boom. So yeah, we got tons of coins here. You know, a lot of the dgen guys. That's pretty funny to see. That's awesome. So when you launch, you can either launch on Solana, you can launch on X1, or you can do a dgen launch, which is both Solana and X1 together. And you'll be able to do this on mainnet. And no other token launcher does this. But X1 and Solana are a fork of each other, so it makes it so easy. It's literally just the change of an RPC. So this is what we mean by dual token launcher. You can actually come over here, put in this information, and launch on both Solana and X1 at the same time. And then excuse me. And so yeah, this is what it looks like. Open up some flawed mangoes. So no chart currently. This one, I wonder if these are just kind of placeholders. No, yeah, there's a chart. Very degen chart. But I could come in here and I could say, like, what if I just bought like 10x and T? What's the bonding curve? Migration threshold 85. What if I just bought like 85? I don't think I have that much. It's all on my validator. Yeah, these are all my testnet wallets. I could grab some from my my validator. I have like 2,000 in my. That'd be funny to just come in here and graduate tokens and see what that looks like. Just throw 85 XNT in there and see what happens. I wonder if any have. I'm sure they have. Do they just disappear? Or here we go, graduated. Yeah, they're test tokens. Google wife. That's funny. Oh, this is AUG. Shout out to AUG. We're buying this. Google wife. Oh, I can't buy it. I guess I have to buy it on so if I come over to XDEX. can buy like 20 XNT worth. But how much is that? Oh. That's a 50% price impact. I don't want to fuck the project up. That would be funny though. Let's give it like a 10% candle. Is the price impact too high? Buyer chicken on X1. Let's go. Yeah, the price impact must have been too high. So let me buy 1 XNT worth. Oh, I didn't even have that much. I forgot I switched wallets. That's why it wouldn't go through. I didn't have enough XNT. Now I do. So now we got some Google wife. It's worth $1 bajillion. That's great. Up to a 62K market cap. So I just bought that on XDEX. Can I see my transaction here? No. Can't see it. Let's see. My bad, Rolando. I just saw all your chats. Jeet's giving me the cheap P-Zen. I'm here for it. Test DGen, FYI. Hell yeah. Hate the moderation on Pump app. Hope Jason Project fixes that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be awesome if you had some chats going in there. That's really what it's all about right now is creator rewards and chats. Like you have to give that revenue back to the coin creators, and then they keep coming back. USD XNT, man, that is surreal to see. That is so cool. It just looks so real. I just have to tweet it. That's such bad quality though. Gotta get this big as fuck. Go tweet this one real quick. How did we get here? USD over XNT. That's great. All right. One day, guys, X1 will go live. How are my validators doing? Let's make sure we're up. We got our TreeRoot validator. Yeah, we're 0.6% better. So as long as we're green here, that means we would be included in the committee, and we're basically going to be making blocks. If you're red, that means you're kind of falling behind, and you're not really up to the standards of the organization. I think that's what Blackbeard said. So, yeah, we're online. That's good to see. Got 40 blocks in the last 100 epochs. Yeah, we're healthy. No drops, no skips. Nice to see. So that's that one. Then we also have the burnzen.com. Yeah, and that's looking nice. We got a skip there. One skip. 0.19% skipped. We got 21 skipped in the last 1,500, but that we actually went offline, so I'm glad we caught that. It went offline, and so we had to reboot it and stuff. So that was intense. I'm just talking mad shit. X1 testnet's heating up. Yeah, let's go. So yeah, validators are running. We got XDEX popping off, and this is what I'm doing these days. I'm still claiming Zen too. Shout out to Joseph. That's another thing that's happened in the last week while I've been sick. He's got this awesome site called whenzen.com. So you can actually put a wallet in here and see not only your past performance, but your future performance as well. So you can see, I've been saying I've been making mints, and you can see it. We got tons of EMUs coming on CoinTool all the way into 2026 through the end of 2026. So anytime I see Gwei under like 0.2, you know, I'm sending some mints, and I'm doing them both on CoinTool and ZenFTs. Now I'll probably stop doing ZenFTs because of the crazy gas thing that's happening. Like Ethereum is trying to get super efficient and, you know, cutting off and changing gas limits. It started with Base, and now it's going to leak over to probably Optimism and Ethereum. So we'll see. I mean, I just expect everybody just to do the same thing. So definitely sucks if you're you know, experimenting with the mints, and then they change everything on you. That, you know, shout out to Crypto, bro. I feel for him, man. You know, we're all making mints, but you know, that's a centralized entity changed it. They changed the rules on us. You know, that sucks. Yeah, fire chicken on X1. Let's go. But yeah, let's take a look at the big caps. How's Bitcoin and everything doing? Been hearing good things. Oh yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. We were pointing it out. So when's Sunday? That was when the 7th. But yeah, we were pointing to this. We're like, hey, we're gonna come down and test this, and then boom, it's just off to the races every time. Every time that 200 EMA, it just touches it and goes. That's so bullish. Now this will continue to come up because this price action's moving up, but this will probably keep like coming down, and then eventually they'll touch. But if it falls through, you know, that might be the time to take profit. But this is just getting started. I mean, you can see back here when this happens, you know, it just goes. That's exactly what it's doing again. So that's awesome. Good to see for Bitcoin. Let's zoom out. Let's take a look. Let's get rid of these squiggles and look at the daily. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Same thing. Test the 200 here. Now, we didn't get all the way back to the 200. Came down to about 107 and then went. You can see it trying to turn up here. I got mints and steaks cooking. Never got much into CBZen or anything else except PZen. Hell yeah. Yeah, we all got our own spots. You know, I'm kind of all over the place is my thing. I have a lot of CBZen. My biggest bag right now is OPZen. I got a shit ton of OPZen. And just staking. Like I have a script where it does perpetual staking. So I got some OPZen and I got some regular Zen. I actually bought Zen for the first time in a long time this week. I just dropped, I bought 10 billion Zen as my first DCA target. And I was like, okay. And then it immediately ran up to like 3.5. And I was like, yes. Yes. Go Zen. So Zen's doing its thing. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana is popping off as well. Get rid of these squiggles. But I mean, we called that there. Look at that. I mean, was that the 7th? Yep. Yeah. I mean, I said we're going to come to the bottom of this, and then we just went. It went hard. All the way up to 242. That's really good to see. Solana's looking really nice. Yeah, so it is starting to get hot on the RSI. But no divergence yet. I mean, money flow is still coming up. That looks good. I mean, it's probably gonna, it'll probably chill here for a second and then go. What are we on? We're on the daily. It'll probably just do one of these and then pop off like midweek next week. What are we looking like in the 4 hour? I mean, geez, I say midweek next week. That's just marching. This is marching up here. Let's go straight to all-time high. Boom. That's what that's doing. God, that looks so ugly. OP-Zen's a great one. Probably the best, but I'm so deep in P-Zen. Yeah, I mean, I kind of gave up on Pulse Chain. I sold everything like 6 months ago. It was actually a really good decision. So I do kind of feel guilty, and I feel the FOMO. You know, I feel like I should buy some Pulse Chain and some P-Zen, and you know, I had some DXN going forever, and I got like nothing for it. It was salty. Look at ETH, Jesus. It was skipping on the 200, and then boom, off. This is on the 4 hour chart. I do have a red candle here, but already got some bottom wick action. It's kind of doing the same thing. Maybe we'll just cool off for the weekend. This green's all-time high. Did we break that? Yeah. Briefly. The new all-time high is 495590. That's new all-time high. That's good though. Time for the next soul flag. I know, right? Any second, especially with all these ETFs coming. I mean, these things are just gonna fly. Chainlink's another one. I mean, it you know, same thing. First week of September, dip below the 200. That's prime buy zone, and then boom, it just launched out of there. Now this one has 2 red candles on the 4 hour. As the RSI is turning over, you know, it's probably gonna print a red dot here any second, but probably in 15 minutes. XRP hanging out at 310. Hearing a lot of bullish things about XRP. Freaking Litecoin. Still got, I think I have like 20 Litecoin, 25 Litecoin just sitting in my Coinbase account. Just on a little trade. Nothing crazy. Just a small trade. Got some SWE. I've been holding 1,000 SWE forever. Since like 60 cents. Ondo's another one. Doge is popping off. What the hell? Look at Doge. I do not have any Doge, unfortunately. I'm kicking myself. It hit this stop loss, and I just never bought back. I was like, okay, fine. I'm done chasing. Oh my god, I'm sick. I got the boogers. I want to take a look at Zen. Up 10%. The most Zen chart in crypto. All-time high of 1 cent immediately at launch. Now what is it? Yeah, 1 cent. But there's such a history here. Like we had the launch, and then by here things are getting pretty thirsty. DB Zen launched, and everybody burned their Zen for DB Zen. DB Zen went to like plus $100. It was such a crazy time. Back here was ZenFTs. ZenFTs launched, and they burned Zen, and then DB Zen launched and burned more Zen, and then really that's when the depression started. Then we had like projects, you know, garbage dump, and you know, all these little different catalysts. Xburn on CBZen, that made it pop like 200% or something crazy. Lots of different Zen projects and every time there's an inkling that X1 might be launching, it just completely rips. But Yeah, it went all the way down to 702. So really, buying under 3 is probably the move, and then it hit this big turn here. You got some divergence. You see volumes coming down, the price is going up. That usually means it's gonna pop. What does it mean when volume drops and price rises? A weakening of the price move, but context is key. Few buyers are driving the price higher. This is seen as bearish divergence. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm considering the trend position. Let's see what it says about Zen. So this is something you can do. You can actually just copy and paste charts directly into ChatGPT and ask it questions. Price actions forming higher lows, suggesting ascending trendline support, typically bullish. Buyers are stepping in earlier each time price dips. Volume trend is clearly declining, but even as prices, this creates a divergence. Weakening conviction, which is bad. But traders are looking for bullish confirmation. Possible scenarios: continuation bullish or fake out reversal. Knowing Zen, you know, the amount of Zen that's minted, it's probably going to turn around. It's probably going to continue to consolidate. I don't know why we'd expect anything different until X1 comes out. And, you know, once we hit that supply low, you know, once we're 4 or 5 years in and the mints start becoming less and less, then we might see like a nice tick up. But I think we're just, as the supply continues to grow, you know, Zen's going to continue to do its thing. So really, it's all about X1 at this point. You know, if you're into Zen, you should be running a validator or mining Zen blocks, or, you know, participating in a new way. You know, the V1 of participation was Zen. You know, V2 was kind of Zen blocks. You know, V3 is running a validator. That's kind of how I look at it personally. Love the copy pasted charts. Usually give it 3 different time frames to dive deep. Yeah, that's the way to go. You can tell it to identify candles and identify patterns. It works really well. Are you going to be worried if it doesn't launch in November? No, I don't expect it to be honest. I bet it doesn't launch till 2026. I really don't. I have no expectations. I really don't think it'll launch anytime soon. I'm still on a 5-year plan. I feel like it's close. I mean, we're talking about, you know, we're still missing things. I think we're really close now that we have the decks, you know, A decks. A couple DAP. Excuse me. Now that we have a couple dexes and DApps, I think we're closer, but we don't have an oracle yet. You know, there's not really like that's really the last thing, I think. I can't really think of anything else. You know, it'd be nice to have some kind of on-ramp, you know. He said he was talking to PayPal and stuff. That's pretty bullish. But yeah, we need an oracle. I know Proxmox and what's his name? Ferox, the validator guy. He was also working on an oracle too, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I think November's pretty ambitious, but I also wouldn't be surprised. I don't mean to be all doom and gloom. I also wouldn't be surprised is the other thing. If he says it's launching tomorrow, I'd be like, guys, it's launching tomorrow. I'd be so excited, but I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I'd be like, okay, it's time to go. You know, I feel like I'm prepared. I don't feel like I'm waiting for it, if you know what I mean. Like I'm focused on getting my validator going and like making sure the network is good. You know, that's kind of where my head is, which is weird, you know. I feel like I gotta protect my validator and make sure it's all ready to go. And, you know, as long as I'm good and the other validators are good, then the network will be strong. And, you know, we gotta make sure we're vigilant and communicating and making sure things are all good. And we also have, he also mentioned we have a couple run throughs of the go live, so we'll do that a couple times. We'll have an oracle. We might have 1 or 2 dexes. Maybe we'll get a stable coin from PayPal or something, or USDT or USDC. And maybe we'll give a couple centralized exchanges commit to listing early, and then all of a sudden it's going to be live on Solana. It's going to be like that. Just like one day it's like, okay guys, let's go. Then it'll be, then validators go live. I'm not even sure what that looks like. I'm just guessing. Yeah, I don't know anything. Yeah. On that note, I'll probably wrap it up. I'm pretty fucking beat. I'm gonna try to stream all weekend. Tomorrow we'll dive deep into the Seeker. Didn't really get to. I forgot to charge it, so it died in the middle of the presentation earlier. But now what we'll do, I'll let it charge overnight. We'll get it plugged in. It's pretty cool. I can stream it, so it'll be sitting right next to me, and be able to show you what the seed vault looks like, what the DApp store looks like. I got a couple games like Sleepagachi. We'll demonstrate that and the dApps. Show you what Jupiter and Soulflare and all the wallets look like. So yeah, we'll go over that tomorrow. Rolando says, my largest investment lies in XNM. Largest investment in crypto ever. I'm gonna get worried if it's not November launch, to be honest. Yeah, I feel it. Just be patient. It's different perspectives. I feel you. Yeah, XNM is true. Yeah, XNM taught me so much too, all about GPUs. I got this GPU server sitting right next to me, and I would never have that without Zen blocks. And now I just play with AI and I mine, in the off time. So I'm still mining. I got 3 different GPUs at home I'm using to mine, and I never stopped. So, but yeah, on that note, we'll wrap it up. So thanks for coming out, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll do some more streaming tomorrow. Starting to feel better. So I hope you guys have a good Friday night, and stay zen.